It's Beverly. I was at the Flame of Love conference last August, my first time. I wasn't a Catholic then, I was Church of England, but I was on the cusp, but I wasn't sure. And then on the Sunday, which was the day we were leaving, I think, or that day, we all went into Mass in this beautiful abbey that we'd been going into, and for Matins and other things. And I was completely in love with the place and everybody. And during that Mass, because it was spoken partly in English and partly in Latin, so at the point of consecration, as the priest was going through the Mass, at that point I was taken, I know it sounds mad, into the upper room, because I can travel, and I went into the upper room with Jesus when all the disciples were there and Our Lady, and he was doing exactly the same words as the priest was saying down below. So when the priest was offering up the "this is my body" and doing all the elements of consecration, Jesus held up a flat piece of bread, roughly, sort of flat, tore pieces off, said exactly the same words at exactly the same time as the priest down below, and offered each piece to the disciples, like you do, like we go up for ours. And then he had a rough earthenware jug with wine in, and then he told the disciples, "This is my blood of the new covenant." And he went round and topped up their little stoneware tub things and took it. And so I heard the Mass down below, and I heard the Mass with Jesus, the first ever Mass. And then, what did he say to me, Maria?
This is where.
Oh, this is it, that was it. I took the elements as well, and then he said to me, "This is where I want you to be." And I thought he meant he wanted me to be there at Ampleforth as a Benedictine monk. I thought, no, that's never going to happen. But he meant, "This is where I want you to be as a Catholic, and take this out as you leave." Well, he also spoke to me about that he was my bridegroom. He was a bridegroom. That's he used those words. And then he said other things which are vague now. I can't remember, but I've written it all down in a journal. So it is there, but I can't remember it all at the moment. But he did say that you've got to go now. And I said, well, I was begging him. I said, "I don't want to go. No, I don't want to go." He said, "No, you've got to go now." And I started crying. And then the next thing, I'm back in my seat next to Maria, and I was just absolutely in floods of tears. Maria said, "What are you crying about?" And I said, "I've just seen Jesus and he gave me this and all this, that and the other." And anyway, so that was incredible. And that was the August. And then when I got back home, I spoke to the priest at Alton Friary and said that I wanted to be converted, because Jesus had told me that's what he wanted. And then he said, "You've got to do all this long journey of faith that was going to take 9 months." And I said, no, I can't take 9 months. So then somebody, a friend, Jenny, said, "Ring the oratory." So I rang the oratory and went to see a brother, Raphael, and then he said to me, "Oh, you only need about 6 lessons. You're really clued up, you know what you're doing." I'd been around Maria and Jane, and I'd learned the rosary and lots and lots of things, Divine Mercy, the rosary, everything. And so he just said, "We just need to pinpoint." And within 6 weeks, I was received into the Roman Catholic Church at the oratory. And now I'm in Garabandal with these beautiful people. And I've also been to Medjugorje, so thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God. Wonderful.